Hey everyone, hopefully you can hear me okay. So what I'm going to be doing today, if you don't know what's behind me, this is downtown Disney behind me. Some of the trees and the stores. So for this week, in this video, you're going to see me test out a bunch of energy products because I have two 4-year-olds with me today and through a couple days here at Disneyland Park in California. And I'm going to be testing out which type of product is the best to keep up and stay up with your kids. So we're gonna be doing energy drinks, gamer, and let me get this open. Energy chews, and actually this is called no slap, so it's pretty much smelling salts. Hey everyone, so as the introduction told you, this is going to be kind of a recap of what I tested all right here. We have energy drinks on the bottom here. We have Ghost Gamer. We have these little energy chews by Honey Stinger, which is kind of sideways. I'll show you those in a second. And then we have no slaps. So one of the things I want to address really quickly before we jump into which of these products were the most helpful and what did I learn from our Disney trip is I had anticipated going into Disney, doing that video intro, that throughout our vacation or trip with my family, with my kids, that I was gonna stop and I was gonna grab my phone and do some, impromptu pictures of me drinking these products or using this product while I was out. But to be honest, while I was there were a few influencers that I came across, and they were doing those things, but they were taking away from their time there. I don't live in California. I don't go to Disney very often, or I haven't in the last little bit. So when I was there, I was more concerned about being in the moment and being with my family. So that is why there's no real videos included in this that show me consuming these products, because I wanted to be there with my family, with my children. That was more important than taking 30-40 minutes to try and get something set up, get the right place, get the right time, take a drink. It needs to be authentic. And honestly, if anything, all of these were consumed more on the go. I am exhausted, I need to try this, I need to take it, in the morning, trying to get kids ready, trying some of this product out in the morning and in the day. We'll jump into that, and then throughout the video, I'll tell you how I like the product, if it helped and did what I was hoping it was gonna do. So with that aside, I just wanna say, any of you people watching, when you're doing something, make the memories. That's what I learned while trying to do this. In the back of my mind, I kept thinking about, I need to show that I'm drinking an energy drink or mixing up a gamer or trying these energy chews. But in reality, I needed to be there. And so we're gonna go over how these helped me be there and be present for my family and my kids and what it is. So, without further ado, we were in Disneyland, as our introduction stated, and I tried all of these. I started out with the energy drink over here, and we stuck to it. I did the energy drink, I tried it. What I did with the energy drink is that I would consume maybe half a can, couple sips in the morning to get me, I wouldn't drink the entire half a can in the morning, but I would take a couple sips in the morning to get me up, because we would wake up early, we'd have to get our kids ready, we'd have to get everyone in like our strollers, get dressed, get ready, and then head out to the masses to get their rope drop or around that time. And we did that every single day. So with the energy drink, it was great. It was, old reliable, right? You drink it. It was easier to take on the go, only because it was normal. It was a can, right? We drank it. I even, had a few extra spares for my wife and my other family members that are old enough that I am comfortable with them consuming large amounts of caffeine. The kids did not need anything to keep them going. They were ready to go. So with this, we went out, it got me up, it got me going. It was all reliable. It's what you expect. If you drink energy drinks day in and day out, it helps. There's a little bit of a crash. You take a few more sips, it can kind of keep you going a little longer. But what I learned is while we're going through this and I was taking the energy drink, sometimes, and if you're familiar with energy drinks, you will get this, you're moving, you're alert, but almost this zombie feeling state where you're tired, but you're not tired. And I felt like that was what's happening near the end of the day with energy drinks. Kind of a normal thing for it. One of the key things for every day that we did was we went in, we went to the park, we came back because we have 4-year-olds, and we had them kind of rest and take a nap midday, 1-2 hours, and we were in the park again by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then we went for as long as we could. So that would have been close to fireworks. That would have been because we were able to see fireworks because it was also the holiday time in Disney, so there was much more time for that. And this energy drink, it kind of helped us move. Now, for the other days, I wanted to not just have caffeine. I wanted to try some of these other products that had no caffeine. And what we did next was I went to this, which is a new product for me. It was Nose Slaps, but it's like a mixture of smelling salts and also some essential oils for, added smell. I think peppermint, eucalyptus, those kind of strong, pungent smells. So what I would do is I would do this, and then I would do like a day without any caffeine. I would try to do one of these other products, either this one, the Nose Slaps, or Honey Stinger's Energy Chews. The second day we were in the parks, I did Nose Slaps. This one was phenomenal because it was much more of an immediate kick. It was, you sniff it, woo, we are good to go. I'm awake, I'm alert, and we move. The issue I had with that, with Nose Slaps, was one, they've redesigned their packaging a little bit. It has a little bit of water in it. You're supposed to twist it on, constitutes it and everything. What I found out, and I actually have, so that one is not the one I used. Sorry, off camera here. So this is actually the one that I used. I took the label off because it just peeled off, and it had some water in it. It didn't really, there wasn't any water. I don't know if there wasn't any water to start with, but I had to add my own, just a little bit of water to get it to actually like dissolve and mix correctly. So we did that. I did Nose Slaps. It was great because it was an immediate effect and it got me going. Like if I had a trouble getting out of bed, really tired, pop it open, sniff it, go on. Downside with that is it was not an all day energy. I felt weird being in the parks, popping a lid open every couple hours to get a little sniff to waken me up, get me going. So it helped, but it was like short bursts, right? When I was really having a hard time being motivated, short bursts, sniff it and go. So that was fine. The problem was it wasn't long term. It was an immediate effect, so it could help get me awake and get me going. But in comparison to the energy drink, it was, not as long term. I could drink maybe half of this can, save the rest for maybe after lunch, and then drink the other half and be good for the whole day. This, I had to do it every hour, maybe every 2 hours, and keep using that product, which it was just a little awkward. I don't think people knew what I was doing because I kept popping the lid and, waving it in my nose, get a little shock to the system and then go. The second day the third day, I used Ghost Gamer right here. And if you guys are interested in any of these flavors, I have videos, or we'll have videos of me tasting them. This one was, of course, a great flavor. I did it, it's non-carbonated, which to me recently sits a little better. I can drink it, it's not as bubbly, not as bloating, and it was fine. The downside to it is I just didn't feel like I had the long-term energy from Gamer that I did the energy drink. But the benefit of this was that I felt like I had more attention, where this only lasted half the day, and then I had to mix a whole new batch, which is fine because caffeine amount, when I was doing this, it equals about the same. So it's almost even, but I feel like I had more attention, I was more alert, and I was more understandable, not as maybe like bouncing around like I was with just the general energy drink. But it was not as convenient because I had to be at the hotel, or I had to bring it with me with like a shaker bottle or have a water bottle, which is expensive to buy there, to mix it up and drink some. So even though I had more attention, it just wasn't as convenient as having an energy drink can with you or buying one there at the park, which I wouldn't suggest. It's super expensive. And then of course, to cycle off, I used Honey Stinger Energy Chews. So one of the funny things about this was looking at it, it's no caffeine. The reason that these are designed mainly for like running, maybe biking, because this is while you're in a race, while you're training, you consume these. They have a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugars, and it's supposed to kind of give you that boost through sugar. And it did that. It was like taking a little bit of candy. I'll just put that all there. It was like taking a little bit of candy and it would boost me up, right? And it was similar to No Slaps, where maybe it wasn't as fast acting as No Slaps, but I did feel like it was a little bit faster than the energy drink. But again, short-lived. I had to be chewing on these frequently. And to be honest, if you're going to Disney, I would say this is the number one you don't need it at Disney. This is not designed for that. It is literally, if you're running, if you're biking, you're doing something endurance-wise that you're gonna be burning all of your glucose, all of your sugar in your body, this is what you need. This was something that was interesting. Someone had suggested that I try these out just because, you know, energy chews, why not? So, not worth it. So I'm gonna put this over off to the side, okay? That was the number one that I learned. I'm like, it's just like I'm eating some candy. Trust me, I'm getting enough candy at Disney anyways. So when it comes to these three, right? These are the final three. My top performer for all of this is going to be honest, the energy drink. Number one energy drink, only because they're easy to get if you forget to bring them yourself. You can buy them anywhere. And honestly, you just sip on it. Don't chug it, just drink it. It's the most reliable, even if it does kind of give you that zombie thing. And then this is gonna be, honestly, for convenience, I'd say No Slaps is a second, only because having to have a powder, having to put it in a bag or in a container or have a bottle with you was just a little bit more cumbersome, even though I got a better focus from this. Because you're in the park, you're not gonna have your full supply, you're not gonna have your full setup as you do in your hotel or your house. So that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, those are the best. But right now, you're here, and I'm gonna give you the number one secret. I tried all of these, but there was one thing that kept me and my family, my kids, all energized and going through the park. That was, honestly, the number one secret to keep yourself moving and keeping up with your kids and family is a midday nap. And I am deadly serious. So we have 4-year-olds, and I saw families who try to take their kids from open to close with kids similar to my age. And by 2 o'clock, they were tantruming, both the parents and the children. They were dying of anguish. And I could see it wasn't worth it for them. But we tried something. Around 12 o'clock, we would head back to our room, we would take a nap, get back to the parks by 2, 3 o'clock, right? An hour to rest. Sometimes it wasn't even a nap, it was just hanging out, quiet, maybe watch a little cartoon or a TV show, and then head back out. That got everyone rested. That got mom and dad rested, and that got the 2 4-year-old rested to go out and have a better day. There was more energy for everyone, and I didn't feel like on those days that we rested and I didn't have any of this, I felt more energized. I felt more present. I didn't have as many issues. Now, of course, I did utilize some of these later in the evening because it's just exhausting. You're going. So if you need something, I would say go for Old Reliable energy drink. If you want to be a little bit different special, you want something that's going to be a quick burst for only about 20-30 minutes, do some nose slaps. Totally worth a try. But if you're going to take anything away from this video, go just take a nap. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about if you have a Disney adult who's like, no, you got to keep going, which was actually, we had one in our group who was very adamant that they wanted open to close. They didn't want to leave the park. But when you have kids, honestly, take the break, take the nap. It will be 100% worth it. So I don't usually do this stuff. I wanted to do some comparison. This was really fun for me because I was able to go and experience and have fun with my kids and family. But if you want to know more about the breakdown and how we were able to have a successful trip with minimal tantruming, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to try to do a more in-depth breakdown of our Disney trip. But for right now, all you need to know, the gold star best thing you can do to have energy, to keep up with your kids, and to have the best trip ever is take a freaking nap. Take your family back, take your kids back, bribe them, right? Say, hey, when we go back, we'll get a churro, we'll get something special for you, a special treat. Take a nap, take a rest, take a break, and then go back in. And that's gonna be the best thing you can do. So everyone, I appreciate your time. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.